Так. Треба знов зібрати квестів. Потім дочекатись хантів, а потім дізнаємось, які мені здібності потрібні. О, вже можна щось зробити? Не думаю.
So, what it be?
Ice Brand. Splendid. Ну добре, давай.
Scratches, right?
Ну, поки що так. Так, зачекайте. Наче ні. Ага.
Anything
Та
else?
нічого такого. Так, де там? Угу. У нас в кабінеті. Уявімо, що ми все прочитали, все. Добре, давайте.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me, but I can speak to her at least.
Так, і... Треба піти... О, чекайте, я отут не ходив. Тут, здається, нічого і немає. Напевно, тому і не ходив. І давайте сюди підемо.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts?
Canva lost? It can't be true. I'm sorry, but the report was clear.
I finally finished the book I was writing. You're welcome to read it. If young Jocelyn hasn't already defiled its pages with his infernal scribblings.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for our lesson today?
What a wonderful idea, Jocelyn. Let's do just that.
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
Ah, Sid. Just the man I was hoping to see. Did you have a mo?
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no, we still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. This time, it's a new smelter. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermal amplification and a system of reciprocal recirculatory regenerators that let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Blackthorn's got in his forge, that's for certain. Only mithril engines get hotter, and you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end. Trouble is, we won't be able to make it out of any old rubbish neither. We need the good stuff. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly that. Any chance you could help me too?
Ну, треба допомогти. Привіт, Гаш. Також давненько тебе не бачив.
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh, it is. I promise you.
So, what exactly is this good stuff you need me to find?
We've got a couple of examples here. Spherical echoes, we call them.
More fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with heat like nothing else, see? And what's more, they're directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, they're all outside. If we line the hub with them, they'll reflect the heat right back into the furnace. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get the rest. Trouble is, they're all watched over by their bigger, uglier cousins.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes, and bring back the spheres they're guarding?
That's it in a nutshell, yeah. We're only 3 short, mind, and we know exactly where they are. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume, and another in the Silent South, over in Dalmekia. Last one is in the ruins of Advent, which is in the Empire.
All right then. Wish me luck.
Will do. I'll be keeping all my fingers and toes crossed.
Зрозуміло. Ну, в мене здоров'я, в принципі, нормально, поки що живий. Не жаліюсь, якщо чесно. Але завжди могло бути краще. Угу. Ну, цей квест тягнеться звідси. Дайте спочатку поговоримо тут.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
Так, а у вас вже відомо, хто буде? Хлопчик чи дівчинка? Містер Гаш другий виходить, так, зрозумів.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
Чотири КГ, це піпець. Що ж ти в неї Бідненька. А, він хоча б... Ну так, він же мав бути живий там, його ж спасли. Вона за ним доглядає. А я то думаю, чого та дівчинка постійно світилась.
Don't move.
Не рухайся, зараз принесу ножа. Виходить, вона перенесла його. Так, Джелі, не починай.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
Пий давай.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Ну, а це вже, в принципі, цікаво. Коли я починаю стрімити, ну, приблизно після 19-ї, але я запізнююсь частенько. На годинку, можливо, 2. Справи. Так що, а зазвичай після 19-ї десь чекати. Або відразу в 19 починаю, або пізніше.
It would seem that I owe you my wings.
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Але коли це трапиться. Але в суботу я можу почати раніше. Взагалі. Так, а в неділю я не стрімлю. Це вже точно. Намагаюсь дотримуватись цього правила. Хоча б так. Поки так. Взагалі, радий тебе бачити. А можеш і не почати. Так. Де менедж? Але я сповіщаю. В україномовному Діскорді, звичайно. Там, де анонс. Можливо, зробити треба телеграм-канал. Взагалі, будь-яка фіналка буде краще 15-ї. А ця тим більше. Вони іноді роблять так, що роблять більш лінійною. Здається, далі, можливо, зроблять знов якусь з Open World, а не ось таке. Але таке мене також влаштовує, в принципі. Мені це здається, навіть така модель в плані світу набагато краще, ніж з 10-ї мені не дуже там подобалось. Хоча сумую за тими часами, коли ну там 7-ма, 8-ма, 9-та. Там класика, просто переміщаєшся по світу. Круто було. Не знаю, як зараз це реалізувати, щоб виглядало класно. Бачите, що 7-ю зробили. В принципі, окей. Можливо, колись, дуже давно, ну, дуже довго ще має пройти, ну, ще багато часу пройде, як ми отримуємо ще один ремейк 7-ї фіналки. Я чомусь думаю, що в неї буде ще один додатковий ремейк. Тому що від таких франшиз не відстають. Тобто ми отримуємо 3-4 частини 7-ї фіналки. Знаєте, можливо, навіть щось ще буде. А потім ще один ремейк. Буде цікаво. Так, не знаю що, можливо, краще піти вже на полювання. Давайте підемо на полювання. Поки що вилетів не було. Фу. Господи боже. Чого? Дивіться, скільки тут квестів. Таке враження, що мене готують до... Готують на забій. Нехай горить. І горить більше. Це їх участь, Халфе. Привіт. Терпіти.
Assuming she's still here.
Угу. Нічого, Гашику, звикнеш.
The world seems to be changing so fast lately I can hardly keep up. But what
Це перший.
I do know is that there's more bad news.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to. Now, let's
Nearly
get this
done.
stall set up.
Ага, аж тут. Треба шукати якесь цікаве місце. Чекайте. Майоре, привіт. Диви, хто повернувся. Гашик тут. Гашик любить множитись.
Want to know how to tell if the world's going to rack and ruin? Look
Ah.
for busy plates.
Зачекайте. Он там ще можна подивитись.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure, Doris. Just like old times.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You. I heard you were out here on your own, tracking our slaver. I trust you're being careful.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So, was it a fruitful reunion?
I'd say so. She tried to recruit me. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to smuggle them back into Sambrek. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the bearers to safety. Where are they?
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp. You go on ahead. I'll follow once I've sent word back to the hideaway.
Є, хайдавай. Так, добре. Ну, тут ще візьмемо квест. Ні, я так насправді заплутаюсь. З цими квестами. Їх зараз дуже багато навалило.
Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they started growing their own food. I'll keep providing them with whatever they need in the meantime, of course. But if Eastpool's going to survive, it's got to be able to fend for itself. As of those poor bearers. They've lived their whole lives in servitude, but now they're their own masters. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well, the Wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports of Akashic around the village of late. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it, but I think even he's starting to worry. And if he's likely to share those concerns with anyone, it's you.
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gazal Greens.
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost. And chocobos love 'em too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
I'm sure you will.
Ну-ну-ну, я спочатку цей квест, напевно, виконаю. Так, розумію. Ну, я коли перші квести почав виконувати, зрозумів, що вони тут. Ну, скоріше більше тільки для того, щоб показати, як тут що робиться в цьому світі. Просто для того, щоб додати світу якоїсь глибини, більше розуміння. Чим в тій чи іншій частині цього світу живуть люди. Тільки і всього. Відношення одних людей до других. Як справи йдуть в одній країні, в іншій і так далі. Ну, до маленьких проблем. Наших людей. Таке, о, Райм? Райм. А мені воно потрібне? 35 тисяч. Напевно, ні, але я куплю.
There you go.
Nope.
That all, is it?
Все рівно, напевно, колекціонувати треба. Так, перше. Але можемо звідти піти. О, тут ще один квест. Істпул. Подивитися, що там в них. Окей. Так, давайте спочатку сюди, може потім на трійку підемо. Так, не розумію, чому мені тільки зараз прийшло ось це повідомлення. Ну так. Blacktail Requiem. Дійсно. Розпродажі, так, але він постійно розпродажі. Ціна ж не змінилась, скоріш за все. Так, подивимося. Ice Age. О, нормально. А це? Ну, таке. Це мені не дуже подобається. Ну, Blacktail мені, в принципі, просто цікавий, ти знаєш. Колись я його пограю. Він був дуже неоптимізований, у мене вже геймпас тоді кінчився. Подивимося. Колись візьмем. Можливо. Так, я дійсно придбав найкращу гру покоління. Це так. Я зробив свій вибір. Я її вже проходив, ви ж знаєте. Мені позичили гру. Так, я купив Left Alive. Угу. свідомо. Я свідомо віддав 93 гривні за це лайно, так. І не соромно? Ні. Не соромно. Цю гру треба зберегти для історії. Це такий експонат.
Good. They haven't broken camp yet.
Best game ever.
How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming. Ready the bearers. We're leaving.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feckless bumpkins. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is. Any more and I'll be docking your pay.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company.
Company. Company of Heroes. Kill him. Окей.
You're welcome to try.
Welcome to try. Ти купив диск? На жаль, ні. Я не впевнений, чи... О, але ж вона є на PlayStation 4. Але вона не має працювати зовсім практично на PlayStation 4. Чи вона взагалі працює? Я би взяв диск. У мене непомірне бажання колекціонувати такі ігри, як Left Alive, Resident Evil, Umbrella Corps, and yada. Я дуже хотів футболку з, кастомно зробити. Треба просто малюнок. Такий, як я хочу. І, господи, боже мій, це буде прекрасно. З Left Alive також можна придумати. Buy Babylon Fall Disc. Блін, ну... Ні. Вони ж не існують. Чи існують? Точно. Бляха-муха. Якщо колись в мене буде вебка, мені треба ряд футболок з фейлами ігрової індустрії. Кастомні. У власному стилі. Щоб висміяти те чи інше. Це буде прекрасно. Так, я не можу зараз прокачувати абілки, так? Yes. I can't do this. А ні, чому ти так робиш? Ну добре. Так, Демелич, я розумію. Так, що ця штука робить? Він дійсно замерз. Окей, це прикольно. Але я не впевнений, що використовувати це доцільно. Так, електронна копія таке собі. І я не знаю, де можна дістати ті чи інші. І не думаю, що це буде дешево, при тому, що ігри повна фігня. Хоча.
So much for your escort.
Дай гляну.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter, and I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible, surely. We had our fun, too. You were always so eager to learn, and had such clever hands. All my other children took either to the blade or to the books. Always either or. But you proved yourself a master of both. That's why I kept you for my own. How about it, my little dagger? Care to swear that blade to me again?
I never swore my blade to you, nor will I ever. I fight for a higher cause, to liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, Master. Thank you for making me the weapon I am.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you for everything. Now, I better let these bearers know that they're safe.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put Cole's mind at ease.
Ну. Квест ще не закінчився, вже ж. Я просто знайшов, але є один нюанс.
Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter. You don't need to worry about Doris anymore.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. Wish I'd known. She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sunbreak. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none too fond of black market traders either. Can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure it wasn't. But don't worry. She'll be all right.
I hope so. Suppose you should know, eh? You had quite the past yourself before you came here, or so I understand. Anyway, thanks again, Sid. The Cursebreakers would be lost without Doris. And you, of course.
Keep up the good work, Cole.
Виконано. Мeh. Ну. Я знайшов Left Alive, але один нюанс є. Зараз кажу, який. Там продається повна, ну, якась колекція ігор. Хе-хе. І я все не збираюсь. Так, це на OLX. Але там Day One Edition, це уф. Я думаю, більше ніяких едішенів немає. Тобто, зі всім, що там є, зі всім хорошим, що там є. В поганому плані, звичайно. Day One Edition? О, господи. Ну таке. Так.
Karen says she'll provide what she can for our voyage to Ash, and has even agreed to forgo payment. Until our return, that is.
That is Jill. Так, добренько. Давайте відразу до інших квестів, які є. О, господи. Так, я мав третій виконати. Блін. Багатецько.
Ah, Lord Rossfield. What brings you to Eastpool?
A delivery from Martha.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then, is she? I jest, of course. You see, I had thought we might be able to revive the old wheat fields, but they'd long since gone to seed. Only without the seeds.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their loved ones. Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we have achieved in bringing them here is to exchange one master for another. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do. It's about time we all started to provide for ourselves, bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses. There have been alarming reports of...
The Horde is closing in. They're coming, so wait, all of them.
Damn it all, I thought we'd have more time. Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest for reinforcements.
Yes, Sir Wade.
The Horde.
A Kashek, a veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around the northern reaches for a while now. We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter wall so that myself and the Guardians might be able to defend the village, but...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape through, but I fear that's rather an enormous if.
What if you could call on reinforcements from Eastpool?
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live, not die, fighting for their lives.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village. Are the bearers not men? Do they not wish to see Eastpool saved? Though they may not be trained soldiers like your guardians, what help they are able to offer could still prove the difference between victory and defeat.
You're right, my lord. I will appeal to them.
My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right.
Так, вона права.
Wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword.
Ні, only a pen.
Never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool!
Дайте їм сковорідку.
Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Добре, так, зараз буде орда.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them. And for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory?
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm.
А можна... Ні, не
And
можна.
here it comes.
Чорт. Я типу вже в бою, так що я нічого не можу зробити, так. Виходить так. Блін.
I will not let this village fall.
Ну таке.
Titan!
Рано.
Too slow. Farewell.
Ну не знаю, поки не дуже ці здібності. Можливо, поверну те, що було. Треба зараз прокачати і далі тестити.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
О, до речі, знайшов. За 500 можна взяти. Непогано. Так. Дороговато для такої гри, насправді. Там ігри бувають на нові повністю, на PlayStation 5 запаковані. За 800 там люди продають, а тут це за 500. Таке собі. Так. Ну добре, хто там буде? Ворогів що, більше немає? Ну добре, сам напросився. Ця здібність, її треба враховувати. Це як предмети, які ну, в деяких іграх, які сповільнюють супротивника. І збивають твій ритм. А тобі треба робити інші дії, там, ухилятись, чи ще щось. Не знаю. Не знаю. Треба ще потестити. Поки що не дуже підходить під мій стиль, який я вже собі зробив.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
no. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too, and I could hardly call myself an East Poolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'll be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
Так, добре, треба до неї зайти. Тоді. Ну так, виходить, тут тепер вони живуть. Так, що Марта скаже?
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Bearers in charge of themselves, thinking for themselves, working for themselves. Like your hideaway, but not even hidden away. Though I suppose the rest ain't much different nowadays. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how I met him. Or at least how he came to meet me. He showed up at the stables one day, asking questions about who'd been buying up bearers. Founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful, anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. After all my hard work. Pfft. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Got right under my skin, it did. Told him if he didn't like it, he could bugger off and report me to the garrison. And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same. We made a pact that day, that whenever one of us was in need, the other would always be there for him.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing. To make life better for bearers. Just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he tried to change things. He certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, the harder they are to achieve. Which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Sid and my father started.
Suppose you're right, aye. And if we don't manage it, there's always them who come after us. Good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see about making everyone some dinner, shall we? The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world on an empty stomach neither.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Коте, дякую за подарунки дрункові підписки Халфу і Гашу. Дякую. Martha's Rest Signboard. Я так розумію, нас дійсно завалили квестами перед останнім ривком. Практично. Думаю, ще ханти будуть. Таке. Веселкова фарба. Так, звідки буде ближче? Підемо звідси, я думаю. На цю двійку. Ти що, коти, день зарплати чи що? Так, вибач. Я мав пожартувати. Точно. Треба прокачати, поки не забув. Що дасть? Usage. Так. По-моєму, не збалансовано. Я не маю розполовинюватись на декілька подібних абілок. Можна було щось інше придумати. Напевно. Не крашинг, так, вони не фарбовані. Не фарбовані. Але якщо звикнути використовувати замість... ХЗ, слухайте, я навіть не знаю. Permafrost duration. Precisely dodging at enemy attack, ну тобто точний додж від атаки. Зробить пермафрост. Окей, тоді мені просто треба спробувати це зробити. Давайте посилимо ось це і Mesmerize. Але Mesmerize, до речі, дуже швидко регениться просто. Цікаво буде. Так.
Too slow.
Так, треба дійсно тестити. Так, я побачив. Тобто. Скільки? О, з цього я не очікував. 3000? Ого-го-го. Hello there.
Come on.
Щось думаю, ну блін. Ну, напевно, це того варте. Я б краще зробив так, щоб можна було замінити якийсь там аспект, модифікатор поставити, не знаю. Якось зараз кастомізація є, але не завжди приємно. Ні. А хоча... Оу, воу, 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 воу. Да. Ну, прикольно. Вони достатньо швидко. Саме ці здібності регеняться. Прикольно. Можливо, в цьому є сенс. Але щоб замінити одну дуже чудову абілку початкову на ось це, ну можна. Тільки треба самому перебудуватись. Буде лити все. Доброго. Що ви тут?
I'll need to deal with these ones first. Nice try.
Ага. Ось цього я чомусь не чекав. Ну добре. Так, цього я не чекав, треба було хілитись. Думав, він зараз робить ці енерго якісь клинки, але ні. Він став робити іншу дичину. Так соромно.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Цікаво, на босах це буде діяти.
No holding back. Thanks, Gal.
О, ні.
Nice try.
Oh, snap. Oh. Nope. Щось я зловив. Мов він вже мав померти. Так, один з них є. Spherical Echo.
This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
Так, тут розумію, що немає. Треба в інше місце йти. Так, а може ще якихось квестів взяти? Та, блін, хоча б з цим завершити. Так, дійсно багато де. Ну, давайте за одне тут квест візьмемо і виконаємо дещо. Заберемо це ехо. А?
Sell anything today?
As much
Run like the wind.
Поворот не туди. Так, де там те, що я маю забрати?
Two down, one to go.
Ну, по-моєму, білка вогню була завжди практичніша, або я просто до неї дуже звик. Так. А, ну так, це дійсно, це той ворог.
The Dominion's all but done for.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
Do you think he was the only one who's...
And you're just gonna fall into line.
I don't trust this Duke.
Oh, Clive. What am I to do? My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty throne and taken up residence here in Northreach.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders, second only to his Radiance at the head of the Imperial government. Not that any of those things still exist. Now he goes by his noble title, the Duke of Oriflamme.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a military stronghold, a foundation upon which to build a new Sambrek. He's already secured the support of the various army remnants, with promises that they shall be afforded the respect they deserve in his empire. One built on the confiscated property of the people.
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have used every means of persuasion to discourage him from this folly. But for whatever reason, he will not listen to me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him the soldiers rallied around. Couldn't he use that influence again?
How? By speaking out against one of the most powerful men in Sambrek. A man whose stated aim is to revive the empire Philippe's comrades swore to serve, and to improve the soldiers' lot within it. The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel, and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. The Duke offers them a vision of strength and safety. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men. If it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may yet be unavoidable. The people have little appetite for further deprivation, least of all when it serves only to elevate others.
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf? For your services to Northreach, you have the respect of the soldiers, and they will take you to his eminence if you ask them. And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try? You could hardly fare any worse than I did.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck.
Ну, виходить, що
I may have met this
можливо,
before, at the remembrance ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
можливо, в суботу я якраз можу. Ну, є вірогідність, що в суботу я вже зможу пройти гру. Не впевнений, що я завтра пройду.
And you're just gonna fall into line.
Хоча хз.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. But no more. For it is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach.
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from the recent troubles. Her defenses are sound, and her garrison well prepared. Which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. Once we have seen to the refortification of both the town and the castle, we need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls shall learn that they are no match for the might of Sanbreque.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town. Something they may be loath to do if they've been deprived of their worldly goods.
The people will do as their leaders command. If Sanbreque is to be rebuilt, she will require a functioning government. One whose authority is beyond question. That is why this levy is necessary. So that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes.
I suspect they're afraid of losing what little they have left.
Precisely.
Oh.
The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan.
А тепер треба
To ask them, I suppose.
попитати людей, що вони думають
Begin with those on the other side of the
про
wall.
цього графа. Те, що він хоче зробити.
Do you think he was the only one who survived?
Ну, так в тебе ж кінчилась сапка, Халфа, ні?
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Ну ні, Тарасе, ну так же ж не можна. Звикти ловити сапки?
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Угу. Ось бачиш. А котик підмітив.
The garrison salvaged what they could.
A question, if you don't mind. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme?
Don't get me started. You build a life for yourself somewhere, earning for some noble to turn up and tell you you've got to hand it all over to him. If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right to empty our purses, he's in for a rude awakening. We'll do whatever it takes to keep what's ours. Whatever it takes.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Ага, а солдати що скажуть дійсно? До речі, Тарасе, привіт.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
Так, треба ще солдатів запитувати.
And you're just gonna fall into line?
А ні, поки що townspeople.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, he's made a lot of enemies coming in the way he did. But I mean, look around us. You can see the state the realm's in. The traders might not like having the screws put on them, but if they volunteered a few more of their hard-earned gil before things got bad, maybe they wouldn't have to. I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the Empire's the best way of making sure we're all protected. And if that means people who don't know one end of a sword from another have to make way for those who do, well, that's just how it goes.
Ну, Халф, краще, напевно, дропать. Так я зможу тебе випередити. Ти на 10 левелів вище. Жопа.
We already have a leader in the Dane.
One at a time now. There's enough for everyone.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying to persuade him not to take the people's goodwill for granted, but it seems my words fell on deaf ears. What do you think of his plans?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me what to do. not the other way round. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the Dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us cement and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Ну добре. Цьому все рівно. Солдат.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this town into some sort of fortress. Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes all these taxes and tariffs, but empires don't come for free. Once Sanbreque is back on her feet, we'll all reap the benefits.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
A whole day to dry some bloody...
Oh.
Welcome back. Wraiths give you any trouble?
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls, so I better go. Thanks again.